On this Nathaniel Swopes and Swopes Edit. Today I want to talk about the greatness of Deion Sanders. As we all know, as an athlete, he was an All-American in high school, born and raised in Florida. All-American in college, went to Florida State University. Hall of Fame in the NFL, one of the greatest cornerbacks, one of the greatest kick returners, punt returners. Also played in a Major League Baseball at the same time he played football. There was a 30 for 30 documentary done and when he played in an NFL game and an MLB game on the same day. He is also now one of the greatest coaches, doing amazing things at Jackson State University, signing All-Americans, bringing in former All-American transfers. He's excuse me, he signed some of the best athletes we've seen signed at historically black colleges probably since the 70s, before a lot of those athletes start going to Power 5 schools. There was a time where some of the best athletes in the black community went to HBCU universities because the Power 5 conferences, especially the SEC and the Big Ten, they were not recruiting black athletes, especially black athletes from the South. So Deion Sanders done some amazing things, especially at Jackson State. And now at the University of Colorado, he's already breaking records, signing All-America. I think out of high school, he signed the number 2 cornerback, and then Travis Hunter came over from Jackson State. When he came out of high school, he was the number 1 cornerback. University of Colorado spring game last year, there was barely anybody there at their spring game. This year, the spring game was sold out and shown on ESPN. So the University of Colorado is already breaking records and possibly going to receive more money with TV deals. And this not only going to help the University of Colorado, but him signing with the University of Colorado could possibly help the Pac-12 conference. For some of you that don't know, USC and UCLA, which is historic schools in the Pac-12, formerly the Pac-10, were talking about leaving for the SEC because of TV deals. SEC has a major TV deal distribution, and so many schools are trying to leave for the SEC because of their TV deals. I believe Texas and Oklahoma are joining the SEC. There was an article where each school made a couple $1 million, I think up to $20 million if I'm not mistaken, just because of the TV deal that the SEC has and the support that the SEC has from their fans. So the SEC each school is making a lot of, even the schools that didn't play well or do well, they're making a lot of money, and they're making so much money that a lot of SEC schools, their other sports with the NIL deals are making a lot of money. The LSU women's basketball team had 2 players that made over $1 million with the NIL deals, and they even had a woman from the gymnastics team make close to $1 million. So that's how much money a lot of these SEC schools are making. That's not only just football, but even their other sports are making close to $1 million. So I believe that's the highest I've ever seen a lady from the gymnastics program make close to $1 million. And some of these basketball players, especially the female basketball players in the SEC, are making more money than what their rookie contract would be in the WNBA. So, back to, Deion Sanders, though, him coming there is great for the Pac-12, great for the University of Colorado. Even with kids transferring out, they're signing former 4-star athletes, signing former All-Americans. So I can't wait to see a game and see how things will be. Deion Sanders is amazing coach, amazing recruiter. And another thing what a lot of people don't talk about as far as recruits, people want to recruit the state of Florida. That's the main thing. Even the Big Ten schools are recruiting, even the Big Ten schools are recruiting kids from Florida. So they're trying to bring them all the way up to the north from JUCO or the 3-star athlete. Because a lot of these Florida kids have a lot of speed they're just different. They're just different. They showed a documentary on some of these kids from small towns in Florida. They chase rabbits in the field. Like, just think how fast a young man has to be to chase a rabbit and catch a rabbit in the open field. we're not talking about in a closed space. We're talking about in open fields. They did a documentary on some of these Southern Florida athletes chasing rabbits in the open field and catching them. So, these kids from Florida and a lot of NFL players come from Florida. Some of the best NFL players in the world come from Florida. So with Deion Sanders being a great from his town and being a great from the state of Florida, it's easy for him to recruit kids from Florida. Not only to get the high school kids, but Deion Sanders is able to get the transfers that play for Florida. One of the wide receivers from Florida State's like, Deion Sanders is from my same town. He's the man in my town. So, why wouldn't I go play for him? So with him being an NFL great, players want to play for him. Then also with him being from the state of Florida, it's easy for him to talk to these kids and know where they come from and know what they went through and to get these kids. So him being from Florida and being a great from Florida is making it very easy. And a lot of people don't talk about that, how easy it is for him to recruit the state of Florida because he's from there. So, like so many schools are trying to get kids, and especially at linebacker, defensive end, wide receiver, cornerback, running back. They're trying to get these positions and those kids from the state of Florida. So, good luck to Deion Sanders, University of Colorado. And also, with Deion Sanders being so great and amazing things he's doing at Jackson State, if anybody was going to make a change with the historically black colleges as far as TV deals, as far as the conference improving and being just as good as like Conference USA or American Athletic, possibly the SEC, it would have been with Deion Sanders. So that's what hurts, is losing Deion Sanders because of how great he is and how talented he is, because he had NFL players donate money to the program. He had NFL players donate money to the school to help the field, to provide kids with athletic gear. And I believe every game they had like a different helmet, so they was kind of have like a University of Oregon feel. And so as far as the black community goes, it hurts to lose Deion Sanders, with him formerly at a HBCU, because if there was anybody that was going to change it, either with he's such a great coach and such a great recruiter and such a great motivator and talker that a lot of NFL players would have continued to donate not only to the university, to Jackson State University, but they would have donated to the HBCU conference. And I believe we would have continued to see more and more NFL players coming back to coach the football teams. Like we saw Ed Reed get hired at Bethune-Cookman, even though that didn't work out because of his video talking about the school and what they didn't have. But I think we would have saw that more and more, and we would have saw more and more of NFL players possibly starting fundraisers to support these sports programs. Because for those of you that don't know, a lot of HBCUs, gyms are older, their dorms are older and kind of run down. Mississippi Valley State did get a new gym. We saw universities like Hampton and North Carolina A&T leave the HBCU conferences. But if anybody could have changed the amount of money coming into the school at Jackson State, to the state of Mississippi, and to the HBCU conferences, it would have been Deion Sanders. I think eventually he will be coaching in the NFL. A lot of people say he's probably going to be coaching for the Dallas Cowboys, but you never know. But, just wanted to speak on the greatness of, Deion Sanders, how great of course we know how great of a former player is, but how great of a coach he is, how great of a recruiter he is. So, good luck to Deion Sanders at the University of Colorado. I hope he has a great year. I hope they make it to a bowl game. And you all have a great day.